Guys, when I tell you that I have a bunch of new Diddy stories, I don't think I could possibly exaggerate how many insane stories we have to go through right now, okay? So let's just start right here, right? So you've got a new conspiracy theory that the baby oil was laced with GHB. Oh, good, dude. Good there, right? We got this one where Lance Bass is saying that he overheard Diddy tell Justin Timberlake to drop In Sync. What a gem, what a gem that guy was. Then we got this one, which is arguably the crown jewel, that Diddy's going to testify in his own defense. I'm sure this is going to go really, 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 really well. Now, when I say that was the crown jewel, I actually forgot about this one, which is coming right here, which is that Diddy is not eating in jail because he says he's afraid that someone is going to poison his food. I have another theory on why he's not eating, and it's a much more, I don't know about salacious, but a much more realistic one, in my opinion, about why he's not eating. And if you enjoy thinking about Diddy going through hell on earth, I think this is going to be a good theory for you guys to listen to, And normally what we do, is I kind of like keep the most salacious stories like for later on, because that's just how you're supposed to do YouTube. But I'm going to actually start right here, and then we're going to get into him testifying because that's a really important one to go through. But dude, listen, laced baby oil. Oh, and by the way, oh my God, you got to hear this one, dude. You got to hear this one. Hey, do you want to know why his lawyer is saying that he had so much baby oil? He said it's because Costco's right down the street. He's like, of course he had that much baby oil. There's a Costco right down the street, man. You're trying to tell me you don't stock up on thousands of bottles of baby oil at your house? You're all thousands of bottles of baby oil. Oh yeah. Thousands of bottles of baby oil. What about the part where they're laced with GHB? Well, yeah, there's Costco right down the street. They sell GHB at Costco. Well, no, but people use baby oil for this. People use baby oil for that. He uses it to drug people. No, he doesn't. Forget I said that. Take it back. Anyway, so let's jump right into this. All right, so audible time, you guys, audible time. And this is why you subscribe to this channel, is because I'm about to knock your socks off with a story that is going to blow your mind, okay? Because I actually figured this out while doing the Lance Bass portion of this video, okay? So I'm starting us off right here, and then we're going to get into the hunger strike and then the testifying thing and all that. But check this out, okay? So look at this, okay? Diddy was hit with another civil abuse lawsuit this week from Thalia Graves, who claimed that Combs and his head of security, Joshua Sherman, drugged and then repeatedly abused her at Diddy's New York City studio in 2001 and filmed the attack, which they allegedly then showed to others. Combs, who has denied all the allegations, has been hit with at least 9 other similar civil suits over the past year, with each one accusing him of abuse and other wrongdoing. Okay, why is this important? Why am I showing you this now? Okay, here's why. Because we know, well, at least I know, and I think I've hopefully properly communicated to you guys, that the way that CNN got that video of him beating up Cassie is because they got it from the feds. The feds raided his house and they pulled the hard drives, and then boom, they found that video. They gave it to CNN. Okay, so what do you hear here that seems like it would be relevant right here? Okay, filmed the attack, which they allegedly showed to others. Okay, why is that relevant? Okay, well, where did this come from? Where did this lawsuit come from? Where did this girl come from out of nowhere? Okay, here's a theory for you. How about the feds got that video from the hard drive and then they found the girl in it, and then they asked her, hey, do you want to file a civil suit here? Because you understand that they want to win their criminal trial. The more civil suits against Diddy there are, the more publicity there is about Diddy doing XYZ, the more likely it is that they're going to convict him. I think that this girl, okay, this thing happened in 2001. I think the feds found her because they saw that video that Diddy took of him and his whatever, on both sides of her probably. And she's probably not looking very coherent. And they're like, who is this girl? They look into it. They find the girl. They bring the video to her. And they're like, do you remember this? Do you remember this happening? And then she's kind of like, oh my God. And they're like, because the way that we look at this looks like you're getting assaulted. Is that what was going on here? And she's like, yes, that's what's going on. It's like, Okay. She's like, I was scared to come forward. They're all, well, listen, you don't need to be scared because we have the video. I bet you never thought that we'd be able to produce this. She probably never thought in a million years that a video existed, or at the very least that if a video existed, that she would ever be able to find it. But the feds bring her that video, and then boom, it's a win-win-win, right? It's a win for her because she gets to sue and she gets to win, a judgment. I don't know if I'll have any money to pay her. It's a win for the feds because it further validates the fact that what they're doing is based on facts, and they get to call that there's a reason to bring the video into evidence because now so the win is for them because she then becomes a witness in their criminal trial. It's a win for her because she gets to bring the a civil case, she gets to win money, and it's a win for Diddy because he gets to watch this video one last time before he ends up going to prison for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Now, tell me that's not a good theory. Tell me that right now. And if you think that is a legit theory, then you should subscribe to my channel because you're not gonna see a lot of people who will pull just from a post like this and go, damn, she got a video, 2001, yada, yada, and then connect the dots that the feds probably got that from the hard drive and then went and found her and then created this entire thing. But when you think about it, that's a good theory. And that's why you're going to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys very much. And let's move on to the other topics in this video. The Sean Diddy Combs is not eating in jail. Is he scared of poisoning or is he on a hunger strike? I don't know. Let's listen to what is said in this article and we will speculate. Then I'll tell you why he's really not eating. Okay? So a source close to Sean Diddy Combs is investigating claims that the entertainment mogul might not be. Are we still calling him that? We're still calling him an entertainment mogul? That's what he is? He might not be eating in jail because he's scared and paranoid, as former prisoner Larry Levine reports. He has things on people who have who do have a significant amount of money out there. Wait, what? Oh, he has things on people who have a significant amount of money out there. Former inmate Larry Levine claims that Sean Diddy Combs has probably stopped eating because he's afraid that he's going to get poisoned. Okay. Levine suggests that a hunger strike also could be the case, or simply bad food. He claimed the food at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is exceedingly bland and contains a lot of high carbohydrates. Oh, that's probably what it is, dude. Because if it's between eating nothing or food that's bland, usually a person's all, ugh, the food is bland. I'm not going to eat this. They're all, you're going to starve. He's all, but it's bland. And you know what else? I'm on a low carb diet. They're all, you're on you better get used to this real quick diet, pal, because this is what you're going to be eating unless you decide to end it all, or someone decides to end it all for you. Now, obviously, this is the most salacious one right here, which is he's not eating because someone is attempting to hurt him by consuming his food. And listen, I don't think that is like super out of bounds, given that he's got, compromising information on all these people. But let me tell you what I think is happening instead. All right. So let me just, I'll give you a little taste. Now, I just covered this in the video that Gabrielle and I did on Play with Matches, where we talked about a bunch of other stuff. Oh my God. We found some pictures of, I don't even want to step up. Just trust me. When you see that Gabrielle and I dropped our new video on Diddy on Play with Matches, I discussed just this next part on it, but it's like a 31-minute video. And oh my God, it is so funny. You'll know instantly. As soon as I turn it on, I gave you a preview into, matter of fact, let me show you exactly what that looks like. Class right here, dude. Ready?
This is how you know you're a serious musician.
Here we go. Oh my God, dude. If you have not watched my show with Gabrielle, it's definitely a better show than this. Very different tone, dude. Very different tone. But anyway, yeah, so give that a look. But again, getting back to the conversation at hand, my theory on exactly what's going on with Diddy sounds like this, okay? I think that the reason he hasn't been eating is because he's been going through absolutely paralyzing drug withdrawal, He's been in there for a week, right? He's been in there for a week. So anybody who has an experience with this, how hungry do you think he would be in the first, let's say, 5 days of that, First time he has not ingested an absolute amalgam of drugs in a given day in probably a decade, maybe more. His body is probably going through a level of pain and withdrawal that you could never even fathom. I can't even fathom because it probably has like all kinds of different drugs. You know what I mean? Like I honestly can't even imagine what he's going through. But something tells me that like when he's going through that level of pain and someone brings him a plate that has like worms inside of like gruel and they're all, here you go. I'd be all, I think I'm good, dude. Like, I think I'm going to go ahead and not eat. They're all, what are you afraid someone's going to poison you? Like, I think that I've been poisoning myself for 15 years. And right now, I actually feel like I'm going to die. I'm trapped inside this room. There's nothing I can do. I know that once I feel better, I can't get out of this room anyway. And good God. Oh, my God. Like, I'm having an anxiety attack just thinking about it, to be honest, dude. Like, I don't... Oh, man. It's got to be so awful, dude. Anyway, so that's what I think is probably, what is going on the Diddy front. More likely, he's just going through paralyzing withdrawal. Now, let's take a look at this story. Then we'll move over to Diddy testifying on his own behalf. Okay. This is just one of those things where this is like a conversation happens in the music business, but at the same time, you always think of the person who would do it as scum, Like you always think of the person who would actually have this conversation as like scum, Like the Doors. You guys know the Doors from the 60s, like Jim Morrison and the Doors. It was like Jim Morrison's obviously the biggest star of this outfit. And, there was like in the movie, there's guys all, you got to drop this band, man. It's all about you, Jim Morrison. You're the man. And you're like, fuck that guy. So Lance Bass says he overheard Diddy telling Justin Timberlake to bail on NSYNC. You need to drop these fuckers. The singer also said NSYNC are officially in talks about a potential reunion tour. They should for sure do that, dude. Okay? Justin Timberlake ain't that hot anymore, man. And an NSYNC reunion tour, Jesus, every single girl that I know that is even moderately near my age is going to that concert. I might even take Gabrielle to that concert, just maybe not actually, but they had great songs. All right, so don't expect to see Lance Bass's name on a list of celebrities who have attended one of Sean P. Diddy Combs' parties. Former NSYNC singer and solo star told Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday that after hearing something that disgraced Bad Boy mogul said when Diddy opened for NSYNC on the group's final tour in 2002, he had no interest in spending time with Combs. Damn, he was opening for NSYNC and then he said this to Justin Timberlake. What a piece of shit, dude. Wow, dude. I never had time to go to a Diddy party, says Bass, who added that he'd totally forgotten that Diddy had warmed up the stage for NSYNC until the rapper-producer was arrested in New York on September 16th and accused by prosecutors of operating a criminal enterprise centered on his pervasive pattern of abuse towards women. Diddy has also been denied bail twice while awaiting trial on 3 felony charges of sex trafficking and racketeering that could land him a life sentence. It's kind of horrible, but never kind of liked him because at the very last show in Orlando, I overheard him telling Justin Timberlake being like, you need to drop these fuckers. You need to go solo. And I was like, I don't like you anymore, Diddy. I'm like, at my own show? What the hell? That is absolute. That's so fucked up, dude. He's at an NSYNC show and he tells the star of the show, he's like, you need to drop these guys, man. You just got to go solo, dude. I'm saying you're the only talent here. I mean, but like, really? Timberlake did, of course, go out on his own after NSYNC went on hiatus in 2002 and released 6 albums to date, including this year's Everything I Thought It Was. I didn't even know he did that. Are there any good songs on it? Or I love Justin Timberlake, for the record. Diddy was hit with another civil sexual abuse lawsuit this week by Talia Graves, who claimed that Combs and his head of security, Josh Sherman, drugged and repeatedly raped her at Diddy's New York studio in 2001 and filmed the attack, which they allegedly then showed to others. Oh, my God. Combs, who has denied all allegations, has been hit with at least 9 other similar civil suits over the past year, with each one accusing him of sexual abuse and wrongdoing. Wow. Do you know what I just realized? Reading this? I bet you the feds brought her that video. You know what? I'm going to film a segment about that. I'm going to start this video off with it. So when you see this, you'll see this later, but just so you know, hey, on the other side of the production, curtain, This is how this stuff happens, dude. Like, I'm going to watch this, read this. I'm going to film that section. I'm going to put it first because I think that is a really, really big story. Anyway, the Diddy story was ironic because elsewhere in the interview, Bass was asked by a caller about rumors of a possible NSYNC reunion tour. I can finally say we're in talks right now. We're actually talking. Okay, yada, yada, yada. All right. So that's that story. Now I am going to, whoa, wait, is there a video of it?
Diddy opened for NSYNC for your final tour. What do you make of all this stuff? Did you ever go to a Diddy party?
No, I never had time to go to a Diddy party. I forgot he had opened up in our last tour until all this kind of came about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of horrible, but I never.
He is so cute, you guys. All right, I'm going to do this story about the girl because that's a big game changer right there. Now, moving over to the other portion of this story, Diddy is going to testify in his own defense, all right? So huge news in the Diddy criminal case. He's chomping at the bit to defend himself in a federal courtroom, and he will take the witness stand to tell his story. Diddy, tell us about when you smacked Cassie in the face. Tell me about when you punched Kim Porter in her nose. Can you tell us about that, do you think? I want to know about when you closed your fist and you crushed her nose under the weight of your fist. Like, did you think that was a crime? You know, what'd you think? Was that a crime? You know? So, oh my God. I have another story. I gotta look at this. Diddy fans worried for adopted daughter. Oh my God. This story never ends, man. Okay. So Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, appears in the new TMZ Studios documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment, which is dropping soon on Tubi, and he tells us Diddy can't wait to testify in court. In a risky move, Diddy is going to be able to tell his side of things, but he's also going to be cross-examined. Oh, you think? The obvious topics include the Cassie beating video, the famous freak-offs parties, and accusations he blew up a car belonging to one of Cassie's exes. Dude, there better be more to this case than that, man. Like, if the guy's facing, like, life in prison, there better be more than, like, just that video of him, like, dragging her around the... I mean, listen, it's bad. But if that's all they can prove, it doesn't sound like it's that strong of a case, you know? Agnifilo acknowledges the gamble here, but tells us there's no one better to defend Diddy than Diddy himself. Yeah, that's because he is so absolutely fucked if he doesn't at least take a shot. Like, you can't have people speaking on your behalf in this case because they're going to have so many witnesses. They're all, he hurt me in this way, he hurt me in that way. And basically, like, the entire case sounds like it's going to be like, listen to this barbarian and the way he hurt people. And then the jury's just going to be like, guilty. They're all, well, what are you saying he's guilty of? They're all, don't give a shit. Ship him. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. That is the whole entire thing. It's like, ultimately, does it matter if you can go through and, like, pick apart logically, like, did they prove this one? You know, did they prove that one? It's ultimately, if the jury likes you, they're going to want to believe the best about you. If he can go up there and actually and convince the jury that he has a soul, like, really connect with them on a human level, then I think he has a chance of getting out of the, like, the worst parts of this case. I really do, you know, but Diddy is not, that's not what he is. Okay. I want to stress this part very, very, very much after I read this part. The lawyer says Diddy's story involves love, hurt, and heartbreak. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So again, if you put someone who really can genuinely put themselves out there on the stand, like, really let them have it, like, give them the full, like, this is who I am, dude. Like, strip themselves bare, you know, and not lie and not put on a front and just go, listen, dude, like, I'm going to fully acknowledge to you that I was not always a very good person. I fed my addictions. Okay. The person who was operating a lot of the time is not the real me, dude. You have to understand what it's like to be a person who has all of this at your fingertips all the time. It's a give and take. I know everybody thinks that this is the world that they want, but what ends up happening is, like, all your worst instincts get fed. What I'm telling you is a lot of this stuff, these are not crimes. These are just the actions of a person who was addicted to things, you know? I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. Like, I really was not. I was never trying to, and nor would I ever try to hurt people. Okay? I was feeding my worst impulses, which were to chase after pleasure. I am not a perfect person, but I'm also not an arch criminal, you know, who is, I mean, they're painting me out to be some kind of, you know, I don't know. I'm doing a bad job here. I honestly, as I'm doing this, as I'm thinking this through, even if you just throw it all the way out, he's got a rough uphill battle. But I am just saying, if he gets them to like him, then he's on the right path. But is Diddy the kind of guy who is known for feeling really genuine? Because to me, he's always given me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I've always felt that he is absolutely not authentic at all, you know? Like, he goes up there, he's all, hey man, like at the Source Awards, all, hey, contrary to what people are saying about, I got much love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Suge and all them, man. Like, I got lots of love for them. And you're like, no, you don't, you know? No, you don't, dude. You're not convincing me of anything. You are a bad politician. Like, he's always struck me as a bad politician. There are people who will give it to you real. Snoop Dogg, perfect example. Nate Diaz, perfect example. I'm not putting Nate Diaz next to Puff Daddy, by the way. I'm just saying, like, people where you're like, I really feel like this guy is giving me his authentic self. I would hope that people interpret me that way, because that is what it is. I'm just giving you exactly what, like this is me. I might ham it up a little bit, but there's no scenario where I'm like, hey, watch me politic on these bitches. And it's like, hey, just contrary to popular belief, I got love for all my fans, man. You know? It's true, I did throw a beer in this guy's face after he asked me for a picture, but listen, you know, I thought he was someone that did blah, 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 and I apologize. You know? I am really giving you my authentic self all the time. And those are the people that I like. So I hope that kind of translates the exact same way. Diddy ain't that, dude. He's just not that. I just do not see how him testifying is going to be a good thing at all, you know? But I do see how subscribing to my channel would be a good thing. So why don't you guys do that before you go?